how are you? I have a question. I have three boys in the school system. Two are in Barn Woods, one is in Woodland. I also coach lacrosse, PAL lacrosse, and we use the school fields for our games. My father, his two sisters and brother were all graduates of the high school in the 60s. I wanted to know what your plans were regarding the deplorable and unsafe conditions of the athletic surfaces in the school district. Yeah, they're all covered in dirt and gravel, rocks, and I just wanted to know what in the budget was going to address that. I don't know if you've been by Freeport High School recently. They have a brand new multi-million-dollar turf field, lights, scoreboard. Can I finish? My son, who's in Woodland, and my middle guy is 9. He plays his games at the high school on the same football field my father played his football games on in the 60s. And the visiting stands are still pretty much the same ones from then. So I was just curious to know what in the budget specifically is going to address these unsafe and deplorable conditions on our playing surfaces. I was at a game at Woodland last week videotaping my son, and the boys were going for a loose ball. He plays lacrosse and football at Woodland, and as did my father. And they're going for a loose ball, and you couldn't even see the players on the field. There was a cloud of smoke, a cloud of dust, and they're running through rocks and gravel and divots and sumps, and it's unsafe. And being a lacrosse player myself, I went to Barnum Woods in the 80s myself, lifelong resident of East Meadow. My grandfather had a farm across the street from the post office there. If some of the residents from East Meadow might remember that. He used to make his own honey there. So I just wanted to know exactly what you were going to do about the athletic surfaces here in the school district.
Well, I don't know that I would characterize them as unsafe and deplorable.
What would your characteristic be?
Sorry?
How would you describe it?
Well, we have fields that are very, very, very heavily used. Okay. And I know that we try hard to make it available to the neighbors. We sometimes, when particularly here, we close up all of these medicine fields, so we do some significant evening seating and what we can do there in terms of that.
When was that? In 2011?
Yes.
What was your name? Good.
We do organic treatments to our fields, but they are heavily used.
Right.
And the competition fields, of course, are all addressed with everything from aeration to compost tea treatments, organic fertilizers. And I think if you look at the fields prior to the season, I think you really get a true representation of it. But when you have multiple games, it's like grass is it's not going to be able to be resilient, where it's not going to look at the end of the season how it does at the beginning of the season.
I've been playing on these fields and practicing on them for the past 10 years, pretty much all my life. So I know what's going on with the fields, but what's your plan moving forward, and exactly where is that? Is that field maintenance? What line item in the budget is that addressed in? The actual seeding, aeration, mowing, cutting, personnel, weed whackers, equipment. Where is it?
That's covered under what we spend on grounds.
Grounds. And then, like I said, your plans moving forward? Is there any plans to upgrade the facilities, the stadium, possibly get turf fields in at the high schools? Actual turf fields, maybe updated stadium, sod, seed, water, anything?
We do oversee the sod that we mentioned, Mr. DeAngelo mentioned, was done a couple of years back. When you're talking about with sod, I think it's more important to have grass with a deep root system. It takes many years to develop. When you put it in sod, you don't have that root system.
So considering, I don't mean to cut you up, but considering the fields are covered in dirt and rocks, what's our plan to put grass on the athletic surfaces here at the school district? Starting with Woodland. How are we going to get grass on how are we going to replace the dirt and rocks with grass at Woodland? What's your plan? When's the last time you witnessed a sporting event at the field at Woodland? I have a lot more questions, and I don't want to waste everyone's time, so I'll send a letter to your attention and yours. There's several of them. Just plenty of them. And like I said, I don't want to. What's that? Because there's no one here. I'd rather get wait outside the schools at the end of the day and talk to the parents than sit here and waste my time with 5 people here.
So your intent is not to ask a question, rather have parents hear you?
The community hear me. I want the community. I thought this was an open invitation to the community to come listen to the budget. And there's 5 of us sitting here, and 5 of you. I mean, so it's like.
It is an open meeting. It's invited. You have to also entertain.
So if you're not in the PTA, how are you notified about a budget tonight? So that's my point. There's 5 people here, so I'm not going to waste your time. I'll just send you a letter of what my concerns are before the vote. Right. Let me ask you a question. Since I get tons of take homes in the kids' folders every night, do you send a note home with the children in their school folder when these hearings are, when these meetings are, when the budget hearings are? Yeah. But we get solicitations and other nonsense sent home every night. So you might want to look into doing something like that to notify the parents when these meetings are, so more people can hear me. That would be great. And I don't mean to be disrespectful, but this is something, like I said, the fields have been in the shape they are. Your opinion, my opinion, they have been the way they have been for decades. And I have other residents that I had hoped would be here tonight to voice their concerns. Residents who put their money and their labor into putting the concession stand up at the high school. I mean, and like I said, it's deplorable. It's deplorable and unsafe, bottom line. So I hope maybe we could see maybe a bid put out for some upgrades, maybe some turf building, maybe a bid can be put out, proposal, RFP.
I would like you to address what some of your concerns would be to Mr. Pizzo.
Absolutely. Respectfully, I will. I don't want to waste, like I said, I don't want to waste somebody else's time.
My question